Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to this everyday Pilates class. This is a nice little taste of the follow along classes that you can find on my Fresh Body Fit Mind app. For today's class, we are going to be focusing on mobilizing the body as well as firing up our muscles. It is the perfect class to do at any time of day, whether that be first thing in the morning, in the middle of the day, in your lunch break, or at the end of the day as well. Hopefully by the end of this class, you will be feeling nice and fresh. So let's start at the back of our mat. We're going to bring the feet underneath our hips, so about hip distance apart, and just rock forward and back on the feet here, really grounding down into your mat. Starting to spread those toes out nice and wide, and then planting those toes down onto your mat. Feeling a little bit of activation through the legs. Just taking a moment to find your neutral pelvis, so tipping the pelvis forward and back, and then finding a happy medium. Slight bend in the knees, drawing the belly button in, wrapping around the waist, lifting through the crown of the head and feeling that elongation down the spine, tucking the head in slightly, so almost like you're pressing the back of your head onto the wall behind you and relaxing the shoulders down and back. Let's take 3 big breaths here together, really centering into our body. So taking a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale, letting everything go. Taking another inhale, feeling the lift through the crown of the head. And exhale, feeling grounded down through your feet. And one more, just like this. Inhale. Exhale. This time on your next inhale, lifting the arms up and over the head. And exhale, melting them down by your side. And again, inhale, reaching arms up, feeling the length through your body. Exhale, grounding down. One more time, nice big inhale. This time, linking the fingers, and we're going to guide the hands behind the head here. Taking a nice big inhale again to open the chest, pull the elbows back, and broaden through the collarbones, looking up to the ceiling. On your exhale, slowly bringing chin to chest, closing down the elbows, bending the knees a little bit more, and rounding through the spine, so looking at the belly button. And again, inhale, opening out, unraveling the spine, straightening through the legs, opening the chest, pulling the elbows back, and then exhale, chin to chest, rounding through the spine. So just focusing on that mobility in the upper body. Starting to move in your own time now. So following your own breath, if you feel you need to hold a posture a little bit longer, of course you can. This is your class. Feeling that articulation through the spine. Every time you open the chest, feeling the lift through the front of the body. And that nice stretch through the spine as you round forward. Moving through one more breath cycle like this. And after your final exhale, slowly coming back to standing, releasing the arms down and giving everything a nice shake. Let's start to fire up the body. We're going to come into some leg work. So taking a nice big inhale to sit the bottom back, swing the arms up, pause here for a moment. So thumbs are guiding up to the ceiling, shoulders are pulling away from the ears, shoulder blades slide down the back, tucking in the rib cage, wrapping around the waist and really sitting back into the heels. Take an inhale here, squeeze the back even more, look to the top of your mat, and exhale, standing up, really pushing through the legs. Inhale to sit down, and then exhale, standing tall. So again, moving in your own rhythm here, following your inhales and exhales, really focusing on sitting back into the heels, almost like you're sitting into a chair. Keeping the core nice and strong, so making sure the rib cage isn't flaring forward. We want to tuck that rib cage in and really squeezing the back to lift the arms here. Let's go for 2 more like this. Now we're going to add a little bit of spice. So this time sitting down, bending the elbows, coming to cactus arms, really squeeze the back, reaching the arms up and over the head and standing up nice and tall. Let's bring the breath in. Take an inhale. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to reach. Exhale to stand. So again, following your rhythm here, taking those big breaths. Don't feel like you need to rush the movement here. So take your time. Focus on the way your body is moving. Feel the muscles working. See if you can sit a little bit deeper here. Continue to look at the top of your mat so we're keeping the spine nice and long. Let's go for 2 more. And last one. This time we're going to hold at the bottom, keeping the arms in cactus arms. Let's sit the hips down a little bit lower, reaching the arms nice and wide, spreading the wings out, and then bending the elbows, sit into the heels. And again, reaching out and bend. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, really broadening through the arms as you stretch. 5, 4, shoulders pulling away from the ears. 3, keep squeezing the shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Bring the fingertips to the ears, tiny little pulses, really trying to sit down into the heels. Tuck that rib cage in, broaden through the collarbones for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And standing up nice and tall. Take a nice big inhale, arms up and over the head. Exhale, arms melting down, chin to chest, rolling down, 1 vertebra at a time. Letting the arms hang heavy as the knuckles reach the ground. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale to scoop the belly button, tip the pelvis backwards, rolling up 1 vertebra at a time. Coming all the way up to standing, reaching arms up and over the head. Big inhale. Exhale, arms melt down, tumbling down, rolling forward, 1 vertebra at a time. Bend the knees, soft through the legs. Take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, scoop, and standing up nice and tall. Reaching up and over, big inhale, 1 more time like this. Exhale, tumbling down. See how slowly you can roll down. How much can you curve the spine here? Bending the knees until the knuckles reach the ground. Pausing at the bottom, let's shake the hips, rocking left to right. It's a really nice way to release the lower back muscles. And then coming back to center as we begin to walk the hands forward, lowering the knees down, coming into tabletop. Spreading those fingers out nice and wide, rolling the shoulders down the back. Again, connecting through core, so tucking that rib cage in. Finding your neutral pelvis, so making sure you're not too round and not too archy. So finding that happy medium. Taking an inhale to lengthen through the spine here. Exhale, grounding down through the hands and shins. We're going to come through a few glute exercises now. So lifting the right knee out to the side and then slowly lowering down. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit more stability with this exercise, step the hands a little bit wider to the edges of your mat. Now, I want you to feel like there's a glass of water on the back of your hips, so don't worry too much about the height. We're just focusing on activating the glutes, so the butt muscle. Keeping your spine nice and long, so looking to the top of your mat. Remember, your head is in space. So I want you to feel like you're pushing the back of your head onto the ceiling above you. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. And 1. Hold at the top. We're going to circle around. Feel like there's a pen on the end of your knee, drawing a semicircle until your knees meet. Then we're going to kick back out to the side and bringing the knees together. So drawing a big semicircle all the way around, connecting the circle to the other side, and then kicking out the back around and together. Let's go for 4 more like this. And 3 more. Again, keeping the spine long. 2 more. And last one. Coming back to center, you can shake the hips left to right. This time going on the other side. So let's lift the left knee. Again, that glass is on the back of the pelvis. So make sure the pelvis is nice and still as you lift, trying not to aim for height rather than activation. So we really want to feel that glute working. Now, not only will you feel the left glute working, but you'll also feel the standing leg as well. So the right glute. Glutes are responsible for stability, so that's why you're feeling it in both legs. Let's go for 3, for 2, and for 1. Okay, coming into those semicircles. So knee comes out to the side, rounding all the way around to the back, and knees come together, kicking out the back, turning the hip out to the side, circling all the way around, knees come together. And again, rounding all the way around and back. Make sure those shoulders aren't creeping up to the ears, so we want to relax the shoulders down. Shoulder blades are sliding down the back. Let's go for 4 more like this. And on the way back. And 3 more. Keep the rib cage tucked in. 2 more, head is lifted. And last one, fingertips pressing down. Coming back to center, again, shaking the hips, shaking the shoulders. Let's sit back onto the heels, curl the toes under here for a moment, just stretching through the arches of the feet. So this is a really nice way to open up the back chain of the body. So stretching through the calves, up through the hamstrings and the lower back. So this is all connected. So if we can stretch through the arches of the feet, you'll definitely find a little bit more mobility and flexibility through the back chain. If you feel like this is a little bit too much, you can lean forward, taking some big breaths. 1 more breath here. Slowly unraveling the feet, tops of the feet come down onto the mat. We're going to walk the hands back out, spreading those fingers out nice and wide. This time, reaching the right leg out nice and long. We can point the toe and try and aim for the back wall. So rather than lifting really high, we just want to make sure the leg is parallel with the ground. Belly button is pointing down, rib cage is tucked in, and we're squeezing that bottom. Reaching the left hand out, so the opposite arm, taking a nice big inhale to lengthen here, and on the exhale, knee and elbow meet in the middle, crunching. Take an inhale to reach, and exhale. 3 more. And 2, really lengthen through the body. And 1. This time reaching out again nice and long. We're going to froggy leg the leg inwards and the elbow comes down, cactus arm. So we're bending knee and elbow, reaching out and bent. So a nice exercise to challenge your stability here and your balance. Let's go for 3, 2, right fingertips pressing down, 1, extending nice and long, left hand comes down to your mat. We're going to roll the elbows so they're pointing back towards the back of your mat. If you need to turn your hand slightly, you can here. The back leg is still parallel with the ground, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to come into a half push-up. So elbows bend towards the back of the mat as we lower, and the leg lifts. Coming back up to horizontal. Here we go. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to push. So really feel like your elbows are magnetizing towards each other. Let's go for 3. Fingertips pressing down. 2. And 1. Bringing that right knee down again, shaking the hips left to right, curling over the toes and pressing back. So coming back into that foot stretch. So maybe you can sit up a little bit higher here, taking some big breaths. If you are sitting up, let's open up through the chest so the fingers link behind the head. Taking 3 big breaths here. If you are leaning forward, that is fine. Let's just focus on a nice straight spine. So puffing the chest forward. Coming into your final breath wherever you are. And then slowly releasing down, bringing the hands back down to your mat and flattening the feet onto the ground. Okay, extending the left leg now, nice and long, pointing the toe. Remember, belly button is pointing downwards, so we want to keep the hips parallel to the ground. Tucking the rib cage in, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Let's lengthen the right arm out, finding your balance. Left fingertips pressing down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale and exhale. Really finding length as you stretch. 3 more to go. 2 and 1. Lengthening nice and long here. This time froggy leg to the side as the elbow bends, cactus arm. So bending both knee and elbow, reaching out and bend. So trying to keep your body nice and still, feeling like your body is in concrete. It's just the limbs moving. Let's go for 3, 2 and 1. Lengthening nice and long here. Right hand comes down, spread the fingers nice and wide again. Elbows are pointing back towards the back of the mat. Turn the hands slightly if you need to. Lengthening through the neck, shoulders slide down away from the ears. Squeeze the left bottom, tuck the rib cage in. We're coming into those push-ups again. So inhale to lower down, the foot lifts. Exhale to push. Inhale and push. So use your exhale to have a nice strong push back up to horizontal. For 3, 2 and 1. Pressing those arms nice and straight, bringing the knee back down. Let's shake left to right. Feel free to come onto knuckles if you are feeling any pressure in the wrists. We're going to roll the shoulders down the back, broaden through the collarbones, look up, belly button is melting down. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding through the spine. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale to unravel the spine, belly button melts down, collarbones open, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding. 2 more just like this, feeling that mobilization through the spine, that articulation, that stretch. Feeling more mobility through the body now. Moving through your final exhale and then coming to neutral spine. Slowly lowering down onto your belly. We're bringing the arms down by the side of the body and the forehead down onto your mat. Coming into a few back exercises here. So we're going to activate through the legs. So really squeeze the legs. You can even split the legs a little bit here to the edges of your mat. Palms are facing down. Shoulders begin to roll away from the ears and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull the belly button up off the ground. We're going to lift the hands, guide the hands out to a T, pause here, and then guide the arms back down the side, lower the hands down, lower the shoulders down to the ground. And again, here we go, lifting shoulders, squeeze the back, hands come off the ground, guiding the arms out to a T, pause here, and then back to the sides of your body. Hands come down, shoulders come down. 3 more just like this. Squeeze the back, lift the hands, lift out to the side. Bringing the hands back down to the side of the body and lowering down. 2 more. Squeeze the back. So really good exercise to work on posture. And 1 more, just like this. We're going to pause with the arms extended in that T. Again, pull the belly button off the ground so we're not over activating the lower back. Bending the elbows so the fingertips touch the ears and then extending out nice and long. Really making sure the shoulder blades are sliding down the back and towards the spine. So we're really activating the muscles in the upper back. Lengthen through the fingertips. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the elbows, fingertips behind the ears. Let's lift the elbows a little bit higher and then lower down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Shoulders continue to pull away from the ears. Belly button is drawing up off the mat. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing the arms down the side of the body. You can rest your head down. You can look to the left or right. Take a few big breaths here. Okay, we're going to roll onto the side of our body. So the left side of your body is going to be down and the right side is going to be pointing up to the ceiling. So we're lying on the left-hand side. Cradling the head with the hands. So find a nice comfortable position for your upper body. We're going to tuck the knees in slightly. So your shoulders, hips and feet want to be in a straight line and the knees are bent to the front. Placing your hand on your top bottom. Now I want you to pretend your pelvis is in concrete. We're going to open the knees and then close. So making sure there's no movement through the body here. So we're really working on isolating the glute muscles, and in particular glute med and glute minimus, so the smaller glute muscles. These muscles are responsible for our stability and control, and also help a lot in good lower body movement and technique. So exercises like squats, lunges, climbing up stairs, running, walking, all those movements require nice strong glutes. Let's go for 3, 2, again, keep the pelvis nice and still. 1, hold at the top. We're going to kick the shin out and in. Heels come together, out and in. So minimal movement through the body. I just want you to feel the knee joint moving. Let's go for 3, 2, hopefully that top glute is firing. 1, hold here, turning the toe to the ground. We're going to tap and lift. So you should really be feeling that top glute working. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. If that wasn't enough, we're going to turn the foot outwards now. So the toes are up, heel is down, heel touches and lift. We've only got a couple here. For 3, 2, 1. And down, release. Okay, we're going to continue to roll onto our back. Don't worry, we'll do the other glute in a minute. We're going to do some glute exercises now involving both glutes working at the same time. So feet are flat on the ground. Hands are down by your side, rolling the shoulders back. Take a moment to find your neutral pelvis. So again, if you need to, rolling the pelvis forward and upwards until you find a happy medium. Remembering there's a tiny little bit of sunshine underneath the lower back, so we don't want to be forcing the lower back down into our mat. You want to have that slight gap so we have a nice and neutral spine. Taking an inhale here, lengthen through your spine, reach through the crown of your head. On the exhale, we're going to push through both feet to lift the hips. Inhale to lower. Exhale to push. So following your own breath here, and I really want you to think about magnetizing the knees towards each other. So we're activating the inner thighs and therefore also activating the core, so pulling the belly button in. Let's go for 4 more like this. 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the hips to the ground, we're going to bring the right knee into the chest and you're going to press the hands into the knee. So I want you to feel that tension. Now feel free to point this top foot, or if you feel like you have a little bit more strength in a flexed position, you can also do that as well. So pressing nice and firmly into the knee, knee pressing firmly into the hands. We're going to take an inhale to set, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to push through the left leg and lift. Inhale to lower and lift, lower and lift. So keep that tension between the hands and the knee. So notice how that really forces you to switch your core on. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly lowering the hips down and bringing both feet down to the ground. We're going to change sides. So the left knee comes into the chest, hands press into the knee. Again, you can have the toe pointed, or if you feel stronger with it flexed, you can do it that way too. So push nice and firmly. Take a nice big inhale to prepare here. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale to push and lift. Inhale to lower and lift. So again, feeling that tension through the front body, really forcing you to pull the belly button in and keep the core strong. Pushing through the right heel to lift the hips. Last few reps here for 4, 3, 2, And one. Good. Slowly lowering down, both feet on the floor. So making sure the feet are about hip distance apart, knees are shining up to the sky. This time guiding the arms down by your side, rolling the shoulders down into your mat, lengthening through the neck. Take an inhale to prepare here. On the exhale, push to lift the hips. Let's bring the arms up and over the head here. Take a nice big inhale to reach, and then on the exhale, lowering down the hips. So now you're feeling nice and long through the upper body. Let's inhale to prepare here, palms facing up to the ceiling, tucking that rib cage in, so make sure your upper back hasn't lifted off your mat. And then on the exhale, pushing through the feet to guide the arms up and then down by your side. So the hips are lifted, arms are flat on the ground down by your side. Inhale to lower the hips, arms cupping up and over the head. Exhale, press the arms down as the hips lift. So every time you inhale, we're reaching and lengthening through the upper body. Fingertips are reaching towards the back of the room. Every time you exhale, we're nice and strong through the glutes, really squeezing the bottom and magnetizing the knees together. So don't allow those knees to fall apart. We want to stay nice and strong through the mid body. Let's go for 3 more like this, reaching nice and long, and 2 more. And last one here, pause at the top, tiny little pulses. Again, continue to magnetize the knees towards each other. So especially as we start to fatigue, your knees will fall outwards. So pay special attention to the midline of the body, inner thighs working, core working, belly button pulling in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering down. Well done. Roll over to the other side. So the right side of your body will be down. So you're lying on the other side now. I'm just going to flip around so I can see you. We're coming into that nice, comfortable lying position. Shoulders, hips, feet in line, knees are bent forward in front of you. So relaxing through the upper body, pull the shoulders away from the ears, tuck the rib cage in. Here we go, opening out and closing down. Place your hand on the top glute. So remember to breathe here. I don't mind how you breathe as long as you're breathing, so try not to hold your breath. So the deeper we can breathe, the more natural breath rhythm we can create in the body, the more we're allowing our body to relax into the exercise and to activate the right muscles as well. So really feeling that top glute working and remembering that pelvis is in concrete. So we want as little movement through the hips as possible. So making sure the hips don't drop back. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep the knee lifted. We're going to extend out long and then heels are going to touch. Extend out long and then bring it in. So just the knee joint hinging now. Everything else is still. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg out, toe points down. We're going to lower and lift. So really starting to feel that glute burn. Now make sure the tension isn't building in your lower back. We want to tuck the rib cage in and keep the core strong. Keep the lower back muscles nice and quiet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Last little one here. So heel down, toe up, heel touches the ground and lift. I know it's burning. Stay with me. You. Almost there. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Slowly rolling back onto your back. Legs are extended nice and long, arms up and over the head. Lengthening through the body, reaching through the fingertips. Now making sure you're activating through the core by tucking the rib cage in, flexing the feet, feeling like you're almost stepping on the wall in front of you. Let's take a nice big inhale to reach the fingertips even more. On the exhale, fingertips reach to the sky, chin to chest, rolling up. So stay activated through the legs, step through the feet, reach as far as you can. Nice big inhale and exhale, scoop the belly button to roll all the way up to sitting. Let's bend the knees, feet are flat on the ground, and just making sure the feet aren't too close to the bottom. So we want to step them away so we're nice and grounded down into the lower body. Sit nice and tall onto the sitting bones, reaching through the crown of the head, and knees are shining up to the sky. So again, making sure they're not dropping out here. Sitting up nice and tall, arms are reaching out. Take a nice big inhale here. On the exhale, scoop the belly button, tip the pelvis backwards. So almost like you're trying to drop the back of the pelvis onto the mat, rounding through the chest, shoulders are forward. Pause at your point of challenge. Now make sure your big toe knuckles are pressing down and those knees are guiding inwards as well. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chin to chest. We're rolling up. Reach the hands forward. And then sitting up nice and tall, nice straight spine. Take an inhale here, exhale to curl. Belly button pulls in as the lower back presses back. Rounding through the spine as much as you can, finding your point of challenge. Pause, inhale, exhale, chin to chest, rounding up. Sitting up nice and tall. One more time, take an inhale here, exhale to scoop the belly button, rolling down. Pause, this time bringing your hands together. You can come into a little Charlie's Angels grip if you would like to. Big toe knuckles are pressing down. Keep rounded through the back. Belly button is drawing in. Let's guide our arms to the right and to the left. So rotating through the upper body, so feeling the rib cage twist as you turn side to side. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last one. Pause in the middle, reach the arms, take an inhale, exhale, scoop, and sitting up nice and tall. This time bringing your hands to genie, taking an inhale, exhale, scoop to roll back. Find your point of challenge. Again, we're going to come into that twist, moving right to left. Now, I really want you to feel nice and strong down into your lower body. So both sitting bones sitting down. Knees shining upwards, big toe knuckles pressing down. Let's go for 2 more on each side. 1 more. Come back to center, hands reach forward, chin into the chest, rolling all the way up to sitting. Okay, last one here. It will be a challenge. You're going to bring the fingertips to the ears. If you need to, at any point to regress, feel free to come back to genie position here. So take an inhale, exhale, scoop the belly button, roll back. This time we're going to rotate left to right. But when you do this, I want you to feel like the top elbow is reaching up to the corner of the ceiling, so up nice and high. We won't be here for long. Don't worry, keep pressing the big toe knuckles down. 2 more on each side. 1 more. Back to the center. Here we go. One arm reaching up and then changing sides. We're only going to stay for 10, 9, 8, keep scooping the belly button, 7, 6, 5, big toe knuckles pressing down, 3, 2, 1, hands to the shoulders, out, take an inhale, exhale, scooping all the way up and sitting up nice and tall. Okay, let's extend the legs out nice and long so you can keep the legs straight, or if you're finding it a little bit hard to sit in a nice upright position here, you can bend the knees if you need to. So just coming into a little bit of spinal mobility. So the arms are going to come out nice and wide. We're going to rotate to one side, doesn't matter which way you go. Take an inhale to come back to center and then the other way. So continue to twist, and I want you to feel like your spine is almost like a flagpole, and we're just rotating the arms around that flagpole. Let's go for 1 more on each side. And slowly releasing the arms down, tucking your right heel into the groin, so we're sitting into a bit of a V position, I guess. Hand is going to come to the inside knee. Right, our other fingertips are going to reach out, so the right fingertips are going to reach out and to the ears. So keeping the elbow nice and high. Inhale here, exhale to close down. Maybe you can almost touch the knee. Inhale to open out, use the bottom arm to push into the thigh. Exhale. 3 more just like this. And 2. And 1. Opening out one more time. Arm comes up and over. Take a big breath. And then slowly releasing. Bring that hand behind you. We're going to press the hips up. Stretch through the body. And then sitting the bottom down. Extending the other leg now. So finding that V position again. Hand on the inside of the leg. Left fingertips. Then coming behind the ear. Elbows continue to reach up and closing down. Maybe your elbow can even touch the knee. Inhale to open, chest rotating upwards. Exhale to close it down. 3 more just like this. 2 more. And last one. Opening out one more time. Top arm reaches up and over. Take a big breath. And then releasing, hand comes behind you as you sweep, little baby wild thing, opening through the hips, looking back, and then slowly sitting down onto your bottom. So coming into a nice easy sit here, let's roll the shoulders back and forward and backwards. And one more time, forwards. Bringing the shoulders up to the ears and releasing down. Bringing your breath into it now. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Bringing the hands up and over the head. Linking the fingers. Hands come behind the head as you press the elbows back. Looking up. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Close it down. Inhale, unraveling the spine, chest lifting to the sky. Exhale, close it down. One more time. And then releasing the arms, giving your shoulders a shake. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed that class and you would like to do more follow-along classes with me, make sure you check out my app, Fresh Body Fit Mind. You'll find follow-along workouts, yoga, and Pilates. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and make sure you subscribe. I'll see you next time.